Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' massive 47 win over the Los Angeles Chargers. This win is huge for the Bucs, especially because the Chargers had the #1 ranked defense at the time. Now Tampa is sitting at 8, 6 with 4 straight wins, and things are looking good. Some people are still saying, why should I worry about the Buccaneers? They might not even make the playoffs. Well, let me tell you why you should take them seriously. Tampa Bay has the 4th best defense in the league right now, scoring plenty of points. They're not a team you can just dismiss. I've seen some comments mentioning the Bucs losses to Atlanta earlier this season. Yes, the Bucs lost to Atlanta twice, but remember, after a strong start, many thought the Falcons could be Super Bowl contenders. Look at how that turned out for them. Now, the truth is, the Bucs have had some wins against teams like the New York Giants, the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Carolina Panthers. Some people wanted to see them face tougher competition, but let's not forget, they've also beaten solid teams like Detroit and Philadelphia. And they probably should have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs earlier this year too. So here's the bottom line. Against the #1 defense in the NFL, the Bucs came out on top with a 40-17 victory. They racked up 506 yards of offense, didn't punt once, and scored 40 points. That's a huge statement about how strong this team is. Before we go any deeper into this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more daily NFL content. Bucs fans, it would mean the world to me if we could hit 100 likes on this video. I really appreciate the support. I hope you all have an amazing Christmas and enjoy the break before the next game on Sunday night. We've got Saturday night football and Thursday night football, and guess what? There are only 3 weeks left in the regular season, so let's enjoy it while it lasts. The Bucs just had their second highest offensive game of the season, with 506 total yards. That's the 16th highest in team history. They are the only team this season with 8 games over 400 yards and one of just 3 teams with multiple 500-yard games. They've also been running the ball strong, with 400 or more total yards and over 150 rushing yards in 4 straight games. That's the longest streak in Tampa Bay history and the second longest in the NFL this season. Only Baltimore has more with 5 games. Tampa is truly a top 5 offense in every major stat category right now. Baker Mayfield is having an incredible season. He's currently 3rd in the NFL with 32 passing touchdowns. With 3 games left, he's on track to hit 40. This past Sunday against Los Angeles, he completed 22 of 27 passes for 288 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He finished with a passer rating of 135.3, and those numbers should definitely get you excited about Tampa's playoff chances. Now let's talk about Tampa's rushing game. They're no longer at the bottom like they were in the past 2 seasons. They've become a top 10 rushing team in the NFL. Rachaad White has had a huge bounce-back season in his 3rd year, and rookie Bucky Irving out of Oregon is showing massive potential. He's a real game changer. Just last week, he rushed for 117 yards on 15 carries, averaging 7.8 yards per carry. But I'm thinking ahead to their upcoming road game against Dallas. There's a chance Irving might be a little banged up, and we all know Dallas isn't playing their best right now. But don't get caught sleeping on this game. It could be a trap. Week 17 and Week 18 will be tough, especially with games against divisional rivals like Carolina and New Orleans. Neither team is a big threat this season, but you never know. I know Tampa already beat teams like Carolina and Las Vegas this season, but the divisional games in the final weeks are what concern me more. Those could be the real trap games for Tampa, especially compared to a Sunday night matchup with a struggling Dallas team. Baker Mayfield is having a great season with 32 touchdowns, and we'll talk more about Mike Evans in a moment. The running game is also looking strong. It's no longer the weak spot it once was for the Bucs offense. One thing that's been flying under the radar all season is the improvement of Tampa Bay's offensive line. Week by week, they've been getting better and are starting to look like one of the stronger offensive lines in the entire NFL. Now let's talk about the defense. After holding the Chargers to just 17 points last weekend, the Bucs are now ranked 19th in scoring defense. I get it, they've beaten some teams with weaker offenses like Carolina and New York. But here's the thing, over the last 4 weeks, Tampa has had the NFL's #1 scoring defense. When the Bucs need to get a stop, they do it. They're the 11th best rushing defense in the league this season. When it matters most, like in their recent game against the Chargers, they're able to step up and perform. Justin Herbert, a very good quarterback, completed 21 of 33 passes for 195 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That's a solid showing from the Bucs defense when it counts. I know the Chargers were missing their starting running back J.K. Dobbins, but they still struggled to run the ball, only gaining 32 yards as a team, averaging just 2.9 yards per carry. The Bucs defense has been great during their 4-game win streak, even if the competition hasn't been the toughest. But despite their secondary being banged up and Antoine Winfield injured, Tampa still put up their best defensive performance of the season. They just seem to show up when it matters. Tampa is now 8, won in December and January since the start of 2023 and 20, 5 since 2020 in these months. Their .888 win percentage in December and January is tied for the best in the NFL during that time. Now, about Mike Evans, he needs to average about 84 yards per game over the next 3 games to keep his streak of 1,000 yard seasons going. I have no doubt he'll hit that mark. Tampa is 8, 3 this season when Mike Evans is active, and 8, 1 when he gets 5 or more targets in a game, not even necessarily catches, just targets. So if you're saying that the Bucs shouldn't be feared because they might not even make the playoffs, I wouldn't be so sure. This is a much stronger, more well-rounded team than the one we saw last year. They've got a better running game, a stronger offense, and they even won a playoff game last year, coming close to beating Detroit, a team they've already beaten this season. And they've also taken down Philadelphia. In my opinion, Tampa is a true wildcard and dark horse team, not just in the NFC, but in the NFL as a whole. That's all for tonight, folks. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe for daily NFL content. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Tampa will make the playoffs? And could they win a game or two once they're there? Let me know in the comments below. Peace